Hi, this is Ben from Turn Sounds, and eating a rubber chicken isn't as good as eating a real chicken. Welcome to Just Keep Walking. This is a podcast focused on the Walking Dead TV show, and today we're here to talk about Season 11, Episode 13, called Warlords. And I'm your host, Ben, joined as usual by...
Isaac.
And...
Liam.
Cool. And as always, we'll just dive straight into it. So full spoilers ahead for the episode. Isaac, feel free.
Spoilers ahead.
Do that. There we go. And obviously for all the season leading up to this point. But who wants to start with their overall impressions?
I might like to first.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I have few notes because of how captivated I was.
Yeah, nice.
I feel like all the tense spots they hit, and I was really concerned for everyone involved. There wasn't any time-wasting scenes I didn't feel. Some humorous scenes. One or two criticisms because, we pick apart what we love.
Sure.
But yeah, I was sad to see it end.
Yeah, definitely. Liam?
Same boat, actually, yeah.
Cool.
Very captivated by this one. To the point where when it finished, I'm like, oh, wait, that's it? Like, it's the first episode in a very long time where I haven't been like, this is dragging. There's the credits.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, wait a second. This has only been like 5 minutes. What are you doing to me?
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely same boat. And yeah, it's really...
Yay! We have our hat trick, finally. Yes.
Yeah, no.
It's happened.
Definitely.
Took us 11 seasons.
We're not going to let it go from episode 11 a few weeks ago, but it's come a long way in a couple of episodes from being, how are they possibly going to make, the next 20 episodes or 16 or whatever interesting. Now it's sort of like, oh, no, don't end there. I want to see the next one straight away. So,
That's what you want.
Yeah, definitely. Really good. Definitely back on track. And it's similar to what I said last week, really, just that these two episodes really for me still feel like the proper season 11 that we've been waiting for. Like the story's actually moving forward. It kind of felt like the Reapers was just like a filler thing because they needed an extra 8 episodes, and then they just didn't know what to do with the Commonwealth at first. But now it feels like this is the story actually moving forward. This is sort of the different scenarios that we could see play out with a bigger community in the picture. And so, I really liked it. If I had to think of a criticism, the only thing is maybe the scene between Lance and whoever the crazy guy is, could have been a touch shorter, but that's the only thing. And cinematography was great. Loved it, yeah.
Really good, yeah.
Did you guys find the time skipping jarring at all, or were you fine with it?
Yeah, that's probably my one criticism. I think where I couldn't point to an example, but I feel like that's quite cliche to do the 1 week ago and then 1 week and 2 days, or 1 week 2 days 3 hours, or whatever the thing to show. Oh, and before that scene came this scene, and I feel like there's more creative ways that you can do that by snapping back to the shot of a newspaper that shows the date and time or something like that. For each and every shot. And for all we're concerned, we didn't need to see a month ago and then a month and an hour. It still could have been exactly a month ago, but a different scene,
Sure, yeah. I feel like that was maybe just I don't know, to add a bit of charm to it or something. Because it didn't matter at all, the hour thing.
And white text against overexposed backgrounds, and you have to kind of squint a little bit to see sometimes.
Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, for me, it definitely is purely a matter of just taste and personal style, whatever the director wanted to go for. You could definitely see it working. Even have the teaser at the start be half of, or part of the conversation of Lance saying, hey, we've found this new community, but not giving you the full picture, and then maybe you get the rest of it later, and so you already have a reference in the back of your head for when it takes place in time. Or, I don't know, there's a few ways you could have done it, but it wasn't big enough for me to be an issue. It's just I don't know, it's fine. Yeah. But the cinematography is definitely a standout for this one for me. It has been in general, but I thought it looks really nice.
There was some really some shots where I'm like, this is a really nice shot. They did a tilted shot of Gabriel while he was up at the on the podium.
That stuff called? I could be wrong, but I still feel like those ones have to be comic book frames that they're just recreating because it
Ah.
doesn't make much sense otherwise. It's kind of random, but like, yeah, it works well enough. Yeah. Any thoughts?
I really like the arrow shot at the start.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like it wasn't amazing, but it was just
It was something
different, and
different, yeah.
From upside down as well when it hits the
Yeah.
walker. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What a shot, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Shot.
I did have a laugh when Lydia goes walking out and then he says, shoot your shot.
Yeah, like, no.
Like, ah,
Not that shot.
double meaning. Yeah.
Does this mean I'm winning now?
Got him. Yeah, oh, really cool. Well, I know it wasn't really a glide. It was more like a stable walking shot right at the start, walking towards one of the walkers and then back again as it starts,
Yeah.
like the opening
yeah.
shot. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and I like shots like that where it's a wide shot and a close up. Like in a storyboard, you would have them as two separate shots, but you can do it as one continuous take. Like, yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, the conversation in the car was good. I thought, and yeah, it's the sort of thing where it definitely shows, okay, we can see where Maggie's coming from. She's not completely right or completely wrong, but it's sort of, it just shows different characters and where they're coming from. Did you guys have any thoughts on that whole thing with the farm and all that?
Not particularly, no.
It kind of countered what I was saying last week as far
Yeah.
as like her accepting help from Hornsby,
Yeah.
supplies and stuff. So her now saying that it makes them think that we need them when we don't actually.
Yeah.
And there was a line from
Or even if they do, it makes them look weak and so puts them in a worse bargaining
Right.
position sort of thing.
right. The guy in the back seat, what's his name?
Yeah,
Elijah.
Elijah, yeah.
Ezra? No, Elijah. Okay,
Nicely
yeah.
done.
He makes a point which I like when they have dialogue like this, because when she says, the farmers offered us food for the livestock and everything, but we said no. Straight away I was like, but your animals will all die, like because of your pride. And he makes a point of saying that, like the cattle were all starving and still but somehow they made it work. But it's kind of obvious lines like that, which I like, that get answered for us. And so it doesn't leave holes in the script. I like it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what's that?
Oh, just the very following scene with the armored walkers
Yeah.
walking up.
Oh, yeah. The only thing with that was a really joke for me. It's
Yeah.
like, stop! It's like, oh, you would have seen them
Yeah.
like 5 minutes ago on
The
this
second
road.
she turns around.
Yeah, that's just one of the things of this show, though. Ninja zombies like appearing out of nowhere. You would have seen that a mile away.
In bright white and red
Yeah.
shiny armor.
Yeah.
Oh, but just that I always kind of thought to myself, yeah, you're wearing all of this sweet body armor, which is, I guess, good, but as soon as you die in it, you're going to be a lot harder to kill as a walker because you're wearing like a helmet and everything and all of that. But they managed to take them down like with no problems whatsoever. Still,
I didn't plan on dying. So they'll have some line like that.
uh,
I don't know. Cut that out.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah. What's that from? Yeah, that's what I'm.
Oh, that's what you were trying to do.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something like that. What's that from?
That's from Predator.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Predator,
yeah,
yeah.
Predator.
Is
yeah.
it? That's if it bleeds, we kill it.
No.
Yeah, okay. They're probably both from.
Same
Predator.
thing. He's bleeding. Dude, you're bleeding. I ain't got time to bleed.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Aaron and Gabriel, good to have them paired up again.
I liked the sermon.
Yeah.
Sweet. I feel like any time there's something like this on the show, it's pretty distorted, or the message changes. But
Right. Yeah.
he read out some legit Bible verses. I was like,
Yeah.
there you go.
Good to have him back, like not super grumpy as well, like he has been for a season or so.
And not faking it, actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is one of those things I'll probably enjoy going back and rewatching, like even the first half, and especially with the Reapers when he confronts the religious guy who's part of the Reapers, like just seeing how that whole thing plays out, because I remember bits of it, but it'll be good to just go back and rewatch it all as a whole picture and sort of get the flow of it a bit better. But yeah, I mean, I like at the start how they're sort of, calling it as it is. Hey, this is a terrible plan. We're not going to do that. And yeah, I guess big picture stuff, it definitely shows that for the first time, like really concrete that the Commonwealth is like doing some seriously dodgy stuff. And it touches on just, I guess, corruption in general, how it's so easy. And I guess part of why Maggie would be hesitant, like when you've got so many resources and all these numbers at your disposal, it's very easy for one or two people in power to, get power hungry or whatever, and then make calls that majorly affect a lot of other people. So, yeah, interesting. Any thoughts on the whole way that played out when they went in?
That's pretty much where most of my notes.
Yeah, great.
The rest of my notes come from.
Do you want to just take us through your notes then, and we'll go from there?
Skip past that note.
I don't know what that note is now.
It's in poor taste. Man, Father Gabriel's character has just changed so much to the point where he's saying, your plan sucks and it's all going to get us all killed. Here's how we're going to do this. Takes his priest collar off and off he walks. And his black hat on. Come on, I'm a fan of that black hat.
Yeah, it's cool.
His character is becoming more and more just like, such a kick-ass character. Like,
yeah.
Totally.
Not to be messed with at all, and I'm really digging his one blind eye look. Like he looks so weathered and yeah.
Do you remember back in season 6,
Yes,
when
I
they
do.
sort of first started to at least, accept him and keep him around, but no one liked him still. He was putting up the posters of like church on Sunday or whatever, and Rick just walked past and like ripped him down right in front of him.
Oh.
He sort of looked so downtrodden afterwards, and then just went back and put it back up.
Oh, actually, the best one as well, when they were like, "Oh, we need volunteers." He goes, "I'd like to help." No, who else? Because he was such a weasel at first, but yeah, just that's what's fun about TV shows, is you really get to see characters just change over time, and you don't get to experience that much in movies. But time really gives you that opportunity. So yeah, it's cool.
And unfortunately, it also gives you the opportunity to have someone you like who then goes on a bad path. Like,
that's true.
Dare I say, Daryl from the previews of stuff.
Yeah.
Looks like he's siding with the wrong people.
Yeah. No, it's a good point.
But we'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Curious.
Every time I see that mace that's on Aaron's hand, it's the worst hand attachment. Like, you can't swing your hands.
No.
It's got spikes all on the
Yeah.
inside. You're gonna clip, and if it's decently weighted, you're constantly like having to hold your arm up on top of an already awkward rig. If he's, I don't know if he's right or left-handed before it happened, but you got to imagine he's getting better with his left limb. So just have like a spike or something you can just with walkers. Like I don't know, a spike mace is a terrible
recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
And I really thought here that when the chick with the scythe looks at him and he says, "Oh, it's like a bitch to take off" or something. I swear that we were finally going to see, like Aaron McLean was saying in the interview, like this stump that they wanted to animate.
Okay.
I thought maybe
that was probably where he was pitching it. Hey, because he said that they had been talking about it for one scene, but then they didn't have the budget to do it or something like that. So that might have been the scene that was in conversation at least.
They have to do it at some point. Just like even the 3 seconds of it as it's going into the armament thing, you know? Just give us that. I want to see the stump. Yeah.
Well, whatever does it for you. I don't know.
I mean,
it's a stump. I mean, we've seen one, seen them all.
Well, for the animation,
okay.
marvel for the achievement. Yeah. And then just that Aaron is back to his usual job of, like, you remember when we first saw him and he was trying to recruit Rick and all that. He had the exact same job and he got like punched in the face straight away.
Yeah.
I thought, wouldn't that be funny if like they walk out and just punch him straight in the face, like just like old times, you know? Yeah. No, but it worked all right, didn't it?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the job. I mean, I don't know if, because we don't see those people who greeted them again later in the episode. They're not from what I saw, they're not on the roof and they're not in the group with Negan and stuff. So I don't know if
Dead.
yeah, because like some of them looked like setups to be sort of bigger characters later, just with like the way the characters looked and stuff, like cool designs. So I don't know. We'll see.
Mm.
Let's see. Yeah, and then we got now I've forgotten his name again. The guy from Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
John
yeah,
Connor.
yeah.
CIA dude.
Oh, that's so annoying. Why have I forgotten his name? Anyways, it'll come to me.
He's aged.
Carl. Was it Carl?
No,
Carl something Carlton.
No, that's not it.
I'm sure it was.
I've been reading
Carlton
all
Banks.
about him in the Aliens book, but yeah. Anyways, that guy. Yeah, he seemed like a legit enough leader and stuff. Like
A little bit like stir crazy, a bit.
a
I'm
little
thinking
bit.
of the wrong
but-
dude. Whoops.
Oh, okay, right.
You're thinking of, yeah, I know who you're thinking of.
Yeah.
No. The pointy ears guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's already come and gone. He's dead.
Wait, no. I'm talking about
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
the dude who was playing dumb basically, and then turned around and shot the warlord.
Oh, okay.
CIA bloke.
I don't know anything
Nah.
about him.
He looks suspiciously like he could be the brother of that guy from Westworld. I think his name's Billy in that as well, actually. You know, the dude who's got like that kind of
Season
beard?
1?
Yeah, and like swept back black hair.
I think so, but it's been ages
Anyway.
since. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Toby was the CIA guy.
Okay. As in
Uh,
the actor's name or the character's name?
The character's name.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he said Toby something. Yeah.
And the
Go.
character we're talking about is Ian, apparently.
The
And
actor.
What's the actor's name?
The actor is Michael Bain.
Michael Bean. Yeah,
Bean,
that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Would not have recognized him if you hadn't told me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was
No,
in
he
The
definitely
Mandalorian.
has age.
Wow.
He was in what?
The Mandalorian. I did not know that.
Oh, really?
As what?
Now it's ringing a
Don't
bell now you
can't
say
just
that. I
say
could
that,
be
man.
wrong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win? That
No
guy.
way. There you go. So yeah, it's
Wow.
good to see that he's still in action. There's still all rumors and talks about Neil Blomkamp doing a sequel, like a direct sequel to Aliens, where he's still alive. So maybe he's just trying to keep in shape in case they ever decide to do that.
Gee, that's kind of a hard sell, I would think.
I don't know. Lots of people were really keen for it because this is on a tangent here. We'll go back in a second. But
We need a bit of
Alien
content.
3 was really controversial because they killed him off straight away. So I think lots of people are keen for that. But anyway, good to see him in this. I thought he seemed like a little bit crazy, but everything he was saying made perfect sense. And he was laying it straight like, yeah, everyone comes and says that, but then they kill us or try to kill us. So,
I think this all the time. There needs to be some like national standard for like when you meet people on the road or you come across their settlement. There needs to be some 30-day test or whatever, or even 2-month test or something like that, where you can like actually lay down, let me come work for you, let me stay in your jail, or, you know, whatever. I don't know. I feel like if you're that sincere about what it is you want from them, I don't know. Because this happens all the time, and you just have no
Yeah.
idea who to trust.
Yeah.
I didn't see that CIA guy turning around.
Yeah,
No,
no,
neither
that was a shock.
Yeah.
yeah. Mm,
He played that really well, I got to say.
yeah.
I wonder if half of it wasn't playing. Like, please don't put me on the shelf. I don't want to go. It's
Yeah.
been shelved.
yeah. Back to Toy Story again.
Yep.
I do have a criticism about that guy, though.
Yeah,
Or
what
one
is it?
particular moment when he's kicking the dead body.
Oh, I don't like that.
I didn't like it, but I also didn't like how like he was kicking it really hard and the body just would not move.
It was up against a pillar
Was it?
column.
Yeah.
I feel like he was slumped next to the column.
Okay. Maybe.
I'm not too sure, but I was looking at that going, he's barely moving an inch. Like,
A good full-grown body, like with a bit of weight on, it's a good 80 kilos. That's heavy.
yeah, but if you're really kicking something as hard as he was, like it would shuffle a smidge, or you'd see it do something. It just barely seemed to move.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't. Yeah. But yeah, interesting. They want the meat.
Definitely shows that he's nuts at least. That he's not even just some guy doing his job, like that's part of it, but he's also just stir crazy.
Bit
as well.
deranged.
If he's gone kicking the body and stuff.
Yeah.
Well-
Like talking.
Yeah,
that
and,
was.
and the whole thing about him being like 4 years sober almost.
He's constantly like licking alcohol off his finger. What's with that?
Well, part of me reckons that that's kind of like the whole problem with like addiction and everything is once you start, you can't stop, right?
Mm.
So this idea that he's toying with something he knows he's clearly addicted to
Yeah, interesting.
to like keep himself on that edge. I don't know. That's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, yeah, it's a really, really slippery slope with some
Mm.
vices like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he's just that right amount of crazy.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, out of nowhere, we got the return of Negan, which is pretty
Yes.
great. Yeah,
I was
and-
very excited by that.
And great that it's like, yeah, it's sort of one of these things. Okay, now I can see it all coming together. Like, yeah, that he's actually playing an important part of the story, and him leaving meant something. And yeah, so have you got any, I don't know, just any thoughts on that, or theories as to what he's doing, what he's been up to?
I find it kind of funny that I think, was it last episode or the episode before? I feel like it was last episode when we were talking about this episode going, wouldn't it be funny if like they get in there and Negan is like running the ship?
We did say something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like Negan wasn't actually running the ship, but you know,
But
he was
yeah,
part of that
influence.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard it here first, listeners.
Yeah, that's it.
We need to start getting those AMC checks
Yeah.
flowing
Yeah.
this way.
Saviors too.
I'm telling you, one of them's listening to us like, oh, that's quality. Guys, is it too late for the reshoots and stuff?
You gotta wonder though whether Negan finds himself in these situations and he knows that he has like a proclivity to want to be the leader and to want to be in charge, and whether for something like this, whether he's gonna take a backseat or if he's gonna end up being in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely seems like he's just trying to support this lady rather than taking over himself, so that's good.
I like this lady. She seems
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
like a good character.
Yeah, and then we pretty much just have, they're all hunkered in the building. People are getting kicked off the roof.
That's rough.
Yeah, we're off.
Didn't put up any of a fight either. I would have like tried to grab the dude, like, if you're kicking
That's
me off, I'm going down swinging.
After the first guy gets thrown, if you
Yeah.
come up neck behind me and say, "Hey, you gonna?" I would just like turn around, grab you, and try
Yeah.
to throw you off or
And
whatever.
yeah, you've got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Like,
You're
die
gonna get pushed
anyway.
over anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. If you're gonna kick me off, I'm bringing you with me.
Uh,
Then I'll use you as a shield between me and the ground.
Bounce.
That's how it works, right?
I think so. Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Aaron almost being shot, but
Ooh.
classic out of bullets?
You could see it coming.
Yeah.
But is it foreshadowing that he is about to die?
They can't do that.
Could be.
They could.
It's the final season.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought that he was lying about his spike ball thing, and like at the last moment,
I
wondered if he was-
like doing a Gandalf view and
Yeah.
deprive an old man of his walking stick.
oh, you got to do it in the voice, B. Yeah, but I figured like he was gonna like, oh, it doesn't come off, and then haha, like click, and it throws and hits the guy. And
Yeah, right.
Doesn't
There's a
kill him,
grenade in it.
Oh well, I mean, or like some snakes or something.
Spring loaded shoots off.
Maybe. That'd be sick. Like the last moment. Yeah.
I don't know. That feels like it's a little bit too cheesy.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
I would take it and be like, oh, cheeky. So it does come off. You.
It's not as bad as the gun not having bullets.
Yeah, actually,
Right,
that's a
the
good point.
perfect
That's a
one.
very good point.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a bit contrived, and we've seen it a million times, but
Yeah.
not big enough of a deal to worry about, really.
Because he shot the guy, then he shot 3 of the men, and then he put a second bullet in that guy. But it's like it'd be like a 12-shot magazine, but who knows how many you had in it.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, where can you guys see this going if you have any thoughts? Or?
Seems to be that they're setting up a bit of a conflict between Hilltop, this new group, and the Commonwealth. So this new group we've found is going to join forces with Hilltop, and they're going to, come to fisticuffs with the Commonwealth.
Oh yeah.
That's the way I see it panning out. Some sort of conflict, maybe not all-out war scale events, but some sort of fight or conflict of some sort.
Interesting. Yeah, I think definitely like as long as this new group is there to support and play a part in the story that's already being told, it's not just adding a whole new group and then another side plot and this whole separate thing. Which it definitely seems to be. In the way it's unfolding, just this is now a concrete way that we can see the corruption and what's going on with the Commonwealth, and so now this is something that we can base, a retaliation on, or is that the right word? Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. Definitely for the short term, it's interesting what's going on, in the next episode or two, and then hopefully longer term, it's not just adding more stuff, even though we've already got way too many characters as it is, and it's more just there to support. So we'll see.
Well, kind of for me, like it's obviously we had that one episode, I forget the name of it, but it was just dead boring. Like just Ben and I watched. Did you ever get around to watching?
Still haven't gotten around to it.
You have to at some point.
He's been living without internet, the poor fella.
Have you?
Yeah, well, I've got my phone internet. It's not the same.
Not the same. Anyway, continue.
Kind of my fault. But
No.
We'll get into this off mic at the end.
So we had that horrible episode, and then the one kind of climbing back up from it where Liam didn't much care for it, but Ben and I were like, wow, it was better than what we had before. And now this is the following one from that?
Yeah.
All of a sudden again, I'm excited for the show, and I'm going, gee, like...
It really has been a quick turnaround.
Like, here are some characters that I really was looking forward to seeing on screen, and now here they are doing some cool things. Characters that I don't like to see, I will look forward to seeing them being done away with. The whole... not Milton. That's Pamela. The other guy, Hornsby. I don't know if they've quite done him right, in my opinion. Because they've made him be kind of like way too chipper and grinny, but clearly there's something going on, behind the scenes that we don't know about. I would have preferred if they weren't coy about it at all, had him be like unlikable by everyone, and have him be an almost straight up bad guy under the thumb of Pamela.
Yeah.
Like still be like, yes, this is my job and I'm doing this for the people and whatever. But like clearly we know without a shadow of a doubt that he's got something bad planned, and not just alluding to things.
Yeah.
But my opinion on that will probably change. But for the moment, I think it's just a bit of a cliche, him being this Jim Carrey lookalike who's smiling at everyone and then just being a little bit crazy-eyed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I prefer they lean into it a bit more. But hey, next episode, bring it on. That's
definitely. Yeah, and with all this stuff, I'm in the same boat of just saying like, once we see the bigger picture of where it's all going, it'll be, then you can sort of get a better idea of at least forming an opinion about stuff like that, but like just where it's all going with the story and stuff. So yeah, it'll be good, and there's so much more. I think we can all probably say this. There's so much more hope for the future now as opposed to a few weeks ago, where it didn't seem like the rest of the season was going to be good at all. So yeah, definitely a good one. So yeah, any final thoughts? Or are we happy to end it there?
I got something outside of this.
Yeah.
To talk about.
All right. Well, let's leave it there for the episode and get into just other Walking Dead general stuff.
Do you want to slip in a quick Turn Sounds plug-in?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, if you do want to get in touch, especially to let us know your thoughts on the episode, definitely keen to hear where you're at just with season 11 overall. And with this one, head to turnsounds.com and there's a contact us page. Or on Instagram, we've got Just Keep Walking podcast. That's the one I'm most active on. And then we've also got Turn Sounds on Facebook. And turnsounds@gmail.com if you just want to email us directly. So, yeah, a few options there, and we're definitely keen to hear from you. There we go.
Excellent. That was very good, Ben.
That was brilliant.
Oh,
So, Isle of the Dead.
Oh, yeah. I
Ah,
forgot to
yes.
bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even have like a dun dun dun. Yeah.
How did I completely forget about that already?
Oh, I have not.
Yeah, right.
It's
How
been-
about nah, it didn't work.
Oh, well. Worth a shot.
Does that have minor keys on it?
Well, yeah. I'll play a minor scale. Wait for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maggie and Negan.
Yeah.
Isle of the Dead. First of all, wicked cool name.
It's a
Isle
cool
of the
name.
Dead.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
And I think, yeah, they said it's going to be set in Manhattan, New York
Ah.
or something like that. I could be wrong, but like set in some like major city that's not anywhere near where they're at the moment. So, yeah, that'll be cool.
I've only one thing to say about that, but if you guys have any,
Yeah, no, what do you have
Go
to
for
say?
just like I truly wish they same with the what's the other one, the spin-off, Maggie and
Oh,
Oh,
the
Daryl and Carol?
Yeah.
thank you, those two. Same with those. I just wish that we knew nothing about it
Yeah.
until
Mm.
after The Walking Dead has ended.
Right.
Because now I know without a shadow of a doubt that Maggie and Negan are safe. Nothing's bad is going to happen to them in this show.
Yeah.
And the moment
Yeah.
I see one of them hanging off a cliff going, no, and then they slip and we don't see them, I'm going to be like, you're fine. You're absolutely
Yeah.
fine. So that's a bad move from them, I think.
I've got a theory, but really the question is like, why now? Is literally the most random time to just like announce a new show. For me, I would, and I haven't even like on Instagram. I've seen some people didn't mind the episode a few weeks ago. Like it wasn't. I don't know that everyone's had as negative a reaction as we did, but I would dare say that the sort of episode 10 and 11 caused the viewership to drop heaps, or just lots of people didn't like it, and so they needed some way to to get people to at least stay on board till the end. Because then if you see that and you go, oh, there's going to be a Maggie and Negan show, I like them. All right, I better keep watching so I know what's happening,
Yeah.
so I have context for it. So. That would be my guess as to why they just randomly announced it now. But yeah, I do agree with you, Isaac. It takes away some of the tension, and that's not really anymore these days. But that definitely back in the day was part of what made Walking Dead so exciting. Is that no one was safe, and sort of from week to week you didn't know like what major character could just randomly die out of nowhere. So it added a lot of excitement and suspense to it, which. Yeah, I think it's been a few years since we've had that really. Just it's got a bit more formulaic, but this is sort of the nail in the coffin of any sort of suspense of whether or not characters are going to be all right.
We always had that with Rick, though. We always knew Rick would be all right
Yeah.
To a degree.
until he wasn't.
Yeah. But he was like the one character and everyone else. pretty
Even
much.
then, like Carl, once they offed Carl, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, Rick could also go too. If they're willing to get rid of Carl.
Mm.
Carl! Yeah. Oh, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know what I will say actually about the whole Isle of the Dead and the Carol and Daryl spin-off?
What?
Is that all of the original, or actually none of them apart from Carol and Daryl are original?
They're
It
definitely
feels
like the
like-
main four who are on the
Yeah.
posters at the moment.
Well,
yeah.
it's the main four people are all looking like they're going to be leaving the, or what would you call it, the vicinity, the area of Hilltop, Alexandria. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, we've spent so long, 11 seasons now, going, like, establishing this whole new world, and then they're just going to be like, all right, bye, guys. We're going to Manhattan now, holiday time. Don't know about Carol and Daryl, where they're going, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm a little
Yeah.
bit like sad to see them all leave.
I don't mind the idea of it. And I guess especially if it was going to turn into like, oh, well, we want to do a plot line with these characters and a plot line with these guys, then the main show would be just like jumping around between all these kind of side plot seeming things now, rather than it being like sort of a jumble of different stuff. Now you can just commit to, all right, this storyline, we're just going to make that into its own show. This one will make it into its own show, and it'll be, I think, a lot not only easy to follow, but also it'll just have a better purpose, I think, because I'll definitely want the main show to have, its overall story arc, and then to have sort of an end to that, the building in the new world sort of thing. Just to have a satisfying story arc for all the characters and for the whole thing as a whole. And then after that, you can still keep the story going and do little stories from there. But if you sort of had it going on this bigger scale, and like you've been saying, Isaac, it's the natural progression is to go to the Commonwealth, then a big community. If you after that just went and did like all these random side stories, it would feel like a bit weird, I think so.
Unless they're on a mission to clear.
Oh yeah,
That's a term we haven't heard for a while.
I gotta say though, as far as this whole Isle of the Dead thing, I'm two sides of a coin about it. As far as like, so they're working together. Obviously, they were like mortal enemies.
Yeah.
Or rather, just Maggie hated everything about Negan.
Mm.
Either, and like I'm really not setting anything out there, but like I really hope that somehow there's no romance that builds between them or whatever. But I also kind of do hope that happens, because it's like the epitome of forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
You actually become
true.
affectionate for someone else.
I don't think anyone will be able to like.
I mean,
like, oh, you killed Glenn and took his place.
this classic Negan.
Yeah.
Took a while, but he's playing the long game.
Yeah, there'll be so many good callbacks if that does happen.
But if it like happens over the span of like 10 very well written episodes,
No, for sure.
then yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying like full on. I did say romantic, didn't I? No, like act to the point where you can give someone a good hug at the end of the day or something like that.
At least a good friendship.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be too keen for romantic necessarily, but yeah, and I think definitely, and what I've seen the sparks of this episode in particular. I don't think they didn't even meet this episode, did they? Because Maggie's still sneaking around with her crew. But I could see the two of them sort of Negan being like a de facto leader or at least like the communicator or something like that on behalf of this group. And so him and Maggie start working together a bit closer. And I could see them definitely over the next few episodes sort of having to team up and work together, and then recognizing that each other's leadership strengths go well together. So I could definitely see them, in this spin-off show, they could be taking a whole group of people to go and start a new community somewhere else. Or, good work, I reckon.
They were married in Batman.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's true.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if it's all just, set up for that. And then society gets so back to normal that it's just, and then they have a little kid called Bruce.
Gotham is pretty dark and dangerous.
Yeah.
That's true. We'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely happy that the universe is going to be continuing and that there's more stories. It's not just going to come to an end. So, that's cool. Keen to see what they have in store. Where are we at for time?
Look, it could be an early one.
Yeah.
Just about to hit 40 minutes.
All right. Well, unless any of you guys have any other topics you'd like to talk about, any other thoughts?
If we have a previously on The Walking Dead, I did have a scene which...
yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, if you think of one. Yeah. Have you got one, Liam?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I will need
I could
the
think of one.
intro from you though, Liam.
All right, what voice am I doing or attempting to do?
I can't remember who it was this week. So.
Do Negan.
Do Negan. Little pig. Previously on The Walking Dead.
Not bad.
Wasn't good.
I'll stick with Ben's judgment on that one.
I'm never gonna lie to you, Liam. Yeah. So when I say your boss Nas is amazing, I'm telling the truth.
Okay, yep. Redemption.
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
That was a sneaky plug to Astromech right there.
Our very own Star Wars podcast.
Yes.
Where have you go, Isaac?
Ah.
I can. Yeah.
Sorry. Hang on. You go. You
All right.
got the wrong notes.
I've got one which was back in season 4. Do you remember Rick exiled Carol because she killed the 2 people who had the flu?
Yeah.
And then a few episodes, or it was actually in the next season, in season 5, then when they reunited with her. In one of those episodes around there, it started with a montage of seeing her sort of surviving on the road in that time between when Rick kicked her out and then leading up to when she found Terminus and sort of started. Oh no! Wait, I'm getting confused. No, I'm wrong. Okay, so it is that, but it goes up to the point where she meets Tyrese and Lizzie and Lika. So. Yeah, Lizzie and Mika. Yeah. But yeah, it was just a cool montage. There was a similar one with Bob as well, but it's just nice sometimes to go back and just fill in little gaps like that. And yeah, I reckon that was definitely sort of in the peak of when Carol was a really great character. So yeah, it was kind of just cool to see more of her and interesting little thing. Yeah.
Now, you'll tell me what season and episode this was, where they're getting the projection bulb.
Yeah. That it's in season 9. I think it's episode 11 off the top of my head if I had to pick anything.
It's probably that.
But yeah, that's one of my... Because season 9 is my favourite season. That's one of the few plot lines that I think... It was just a complete waste of time. It didn't need to be there. The whole all the kingdom stuff in the second half of season 9 was just filler for me.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. That's the only bad thing really I have to say about it.
What it did highlight for me, I mean, this isn't no disintegrations in Astromech, so you can't say bad things. What it highlighted for me was at one point, I think it falls down into this whole group, and Ezekiel's like, hey, let's just go in there and get it, despite Carol being like, oh, it's too dangerous and we shouldn't and all of that. It kind of highlights for me that they've gotten good enough at hacking apart the walkers to the point where even when you're right, it is dangerous, and for the sake of, our group, we probably shouldn't risk it, but we've gotten that good for a stupid projection lamp for our fair or whatever. I don't know. It sets every example after that of oh no, there's 3 or 4, let's just avoid them at all costs or whatever. Or the CRM do where they just avoid in order that you may stay alive. I don't know. You've shown us there that you can do it when you put your mind to it. They do it to a musical montage, for goodness sake.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, it's definitely a more controlled environment, I guess, is the difference, because they can filter them through the door and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, it is a good point, and that's definitely something that it becomes an issue here and there. But yeah, you definitely have to be careful, I guess, of setting a precedent for something, and then every time after that, it's well, you already did it once. Yeah. That's a good one. Liam, anything?
Well, on the topic of montages, I was going to say Bob's one after you mentioned it. Cool, there's one. But I've just thought of a different one, actually. I love the montage in season 9 where they're surrounded by the Whisperers. Initially, it's a horde of walkers coming at them from all directions. And yeah, the montage and the sound effects of the swords and the daggers and whatnot. Just really, really cool. I've always been a big fan of that, shing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that. And then you get Brian Shepherd coming out in the brand new Whisper mask and then raising the gun. Yeah.
Who's Brian Shepherd again?
He was the actor that we interviewed.
Yeah, and he was a whisper. Well, he was just a random hilltop guy, and then he got killed and then played himself skinned as a whisperer. Yeah, that's classic. That was a good interview. I like that.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to that if you haven't.
I wonder how long it took him to get into character to play himself as a...
Yeah, put his own skin on again. Classic. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Good one. All right, well, yeah. happy to leave it there if you guys are. Cool. I have been Ben.
I have been Isaac. Please talk to us.
Do it.
Definitely.
Do it now.
Yeah.
And I'm Liam.
And yeah, definitely we'd love to hear from you. So make sure you keep in touch. Yeah, Just Keep Walking podcast on Instagram is probably the best one, but turnsounds.com as well. And yeah, we'll catch you next week. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. And yeah, keen to hear your thoughts. So see you soon. Just keep walking.
Bye. Should I have been clear that my name is just Isaac and not Isaac? Please talk to us.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
If people get confused, they'll have bigger problems.